Hey Pisces, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. It's Veroosh and this is your reading for August and Leo season for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to do a general overview, a message for singles, and a message for couples in this video. And I have something for members at the end of the video. I'll tell you guys about that. Also, some of the videos are not getting notifications out sporadically, so if you've not done this before, you can write notify with the hashtag all together in the comments. Make sure to separate this. This should be all together, the notify and hashtag, but if you want to specify what sign you want the video notification for, then write down beside it with a space between it, okay? And if you've already left a comment already, then please just leave it alone. I just need one comment with hashtag notify to be able to know that you want notification if this happens again. So far, it's working better than before. And yeah, so I've been in touch with YouTube. They said everything's okay. There's been some problems, but I think they're fixing it. Okay, so let's take a look at your messages. So we have the King of Swords for the general frequency for your month of August. I want to say July. This is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra man, possibly. Or you're dealing with something that requires a lot of great attention to detail. Or you could be dealing with somebody who has a lot of control and power over a situation. There could be a lot demanded from you in terms of maybe your job or something in your environment will require that you show up, and somebody's going to be demanding a lot from you, okay? We'll take a look at this a little bit closer in a minute. For singles, we have the Death card. So we know this is also Scorpio. So this could be a change or a transformation. Some of you are still dealing with a recent breakup, and so you're dealing with the fallout or the consequences of that. And then finally, a message for couples. We have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There's definitely a lot of emotions that are happening in August for Pisces at this time. Jupiter is moving out of Pisces, so you might be feeling for the next 4 months or so that, I don't know, maybe like a lack of, like all the emotional fulfillment you've been feeling is going to turn down a little bit until December when Jupiter re-enters Pisces. So I'm not saying you feel like alone or something like that, but you definitely will notice a shift with Jupiter in Aquarius on July 28th, which is 3 days. By the time you're watching this video, it'll be already Jupiter in Aquarius, okay? So I'm going to roll the dice also for each of these options. So I have the houses and the sign dice just to see what's up. So a lot's going on in your third house of communication. This can also mean something to do with close to home is very important. And then we have again Scorpio energy. So Pisces, you're getting a lot of Scorpio energy showing up in your reading so far. Okay, so we're going to do one more for singles and one for couples. Let's roll the dice and see what's up. So we have third house again. So let's get into the third house more for singles. Let's explain it for everyone a bit more. It represents things close to home. It represents siblings. But most importantly, I think it represents communication. And so communication might be very important for you at this time. Maybe telling people where you are going or what you are up to. I feel like maybe your energy is changing and you're meant to tell people what's going on. I don't like that. Okay, so we have the Capricorn energy. Sorry about that. I don't know why people do those things. Like have loud vehicles. I think that was a motorbike. We have a Capricorn energy for singles at this time. We'll look at that more in just a sec. Okay, last but not least is couples. Let me just grab a couple dice to roll for couples here. Okay, so let's see what kind of frequency is coming up. You got the fourth house for couples. That's the house of home and family. I feel a lot of Pisces will be more withdrawn through this period. I feel like through this time you're going to touch base with yourself. Think about what the last couple months have been like, what kind of opportunities have entered your life, because those opportunities are going to come in with much more frequency and energy once Jupiter re-enters Pisces in December. And then the sign that's really important for your relationship at this time is Cancer. Now that doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship with Cancer, but what this does mean is that maybe Cancer season is very important for you next year, or maybe Cancer season was really important to you this year. I know we just passed it, so maybe there's some significance with Cancer. The Queen of Cups can represent a Cancer as well, right? So there may be a Cancer person. I don't get like nefarious, cheating energy. So if you're seeing the Queen of Cups and you're worried that something's up, I don't think so. I think what I got from her actually is that she's missing someone. And I thought it was you, actually. I thought it was this idea that maybe like your partner has drawn away or has been taken away for business or something like that, and you feel more kind of, like I said, Jupiter entered into Aquarius. You feel more alone. You feel not completely abandoned, but you're like missing someone. So I don't think it's dramatic or terrible at all, okay? So now let's take a look at your clarifier cards. So these are snapshots of the 3 energies, and now we're going to clarify and see how they're developing in the next month or so, 6 weeks. Give it something like that. Okay. So King of Swords energy for the general overview is being clarified with the 6 of Wands, some kind of victory and success. And then we have the Last Judgment, Pluto energy, the other Scorpio card, and then we have the King of Swords again, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So I feel as though there's a very big decision that's being made, and I feel like there is success in the situation with regard to something. I feel like you have someone's attention, Pisces, and it's quite important that you have their attention. I feel like this King of Swords really wants to be present in your life at this time. They really want to be known. I feel like maybe they are making a life decision. Maybe some event around in their life has triggered them to think about life in a different way. I feel like they're coming towards you and they want positive energy. So they want to, you know, it could be a platonic situation like a coworker. I got the boss vibe the most here. So it felt like maybe a boss who's overlooking you, that's really strict and demanding. But I feel like you've won them over and the energy's good. Over the next month, I feel like you'll feel a great deal of success. You also might be making a big decision regarding a matter. You might be making like a huge deliberation about where you stand with things. And some situation may come up that you will want to in some way break away from the past and choose another path. Some of you might actually confront the King of Swords on something. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that in some way, maybe you're making up your mind to ask them a question that you were shy to ask before, but now you will ask it. Okay, so singles, let's clarify. There's going to be more for this, so hang on tight for the general. So singles, let's see what your clarification cards are for the next month. So we had the Death card, or Scorpio energy, Capricorn, and the 3rd house. So we have the Sun in Capricorn, the 4 of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess. And we have the King of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. So I feel as though your energy's closed off to love at this time if you're single. I think that you're still processing a past relationship. This could be inverse, the other way around. You might have feelings towards someone who's unavailable because they're still dealing with a breakup. And I feel like there's like a lot of like positive, somebody's observing someone else with a positive energy. I think someone's admiring someone's energy, looking at them favorably. I think that there's this King of Wands here, which to me seems like someone's attracted to you or someone's interested in you. This could be also you attracted to someone else, but let's keep it just the one way for now. The King of Wands is attracted to someone, right? I think you. And I think that what they're noticing is like your personal victory, that you've been in a demanding situation and that you're persevering through it. Like you kind of own a difficult environment, or you've kind of done really well for yourself in a difficult situation. So let's take a look at couples. Again, we're going to go deeper in just a minute for singles as well. Let's see for couples. What's up for couples? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo, and the Star, which is Aquarius or soulmates. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So I really feel like there's a sense of waiting here. So I'll double down on my assumption that this has something to do with a partner's work. So you or your partner are working a lot, which is making the other person wait. You might be dealing with an earth sign here, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I feel like this person in a couple is spending a lot of time at home. Maybe some things have changed in their life, and so now, and at the same time, their partner is busy with work or something like that. Very innocuous, very like there's no problem. They're just busy, right? They're up to something. They're not up to something, but they're doing something. They're focusing on something, and the other person just literally has to sit by and be patient. But I think that there's a very strong connection between them. We have the Star in the middle. So there is a lot of positive feelings and amicability between them. So I don't think that's a problem at all. So it's just a bit of waiting here over the next month. And the Queen of Pentacles is like patient. This could also indicate that, you know, she sort of waits for people to come around to her terms. So it's necessarily, sometimes it means that somebody's put their foot down and people are coming towards them on their terms. But in this instance, it's like she's accepted that somebody's working and she's waiting for them to reach out to her when they are done. And I think that there's a fairly good understanding that this is a good relationship and there's good energy between the two of you. Okay, so now let's take a look at your clarifiers. So I'm gonna do something else that I wanted to mention. So for members, I'm calling it like behind closed doors or behind the door reading. I hate the name, but I've already made, you're like the 9th video I'm doing, 10th video. So I can't change it now, but I really dislike it. But the premise of the members only video is that I'm going to tell you what's happening, what's the secret that's happening here in the general. And then for the singles and couples, we're doing an intimacy reading. So I'm using intimacy cards. If you know these ones, I won't turn them around because they're sort of not suitable for everybody, but I'm using all sorts of different things, and I just thought it would be fun for us to talk about that. Okay, so now let's take a look at the general reading. General reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So just to summarize, I feel like you've made some type of progress on an issue. You've been successful with something close to home. And I think that you're making a decision with respect to the King of Swords or with respect to a very demanding environment. An environment requires a lot out of you. It requires you to step up to and perform. And there's like a big decision being made about that. Okay, so now let's take a look at your clarifiers. We have the Six of Wands again, so that's the same card as we see right here. Let's see what else we have. We have the Ace of Cups, so new relationships possible. The Last Judgment can be a big decision about relationships. It could be a situation in which you're kind of involved in some type of situation and you finally are ready to make a decision, an emotional decision about it, like accept your feelings or open up. Usually the Ace of Cups indicates positive changes. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is Saturn in Taurus. Okay, so some big decision about money, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, moving forward towards some type of direction. And then we have the Seven of Wands, Jupiter in Leo. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is like Jupiter in Capricorn, which I find this really funny for this. But it's funny, this is ruled in the traditional sense by Jupiter, and in the modern association it's Saturn. So, you know, this card represents the ups and the downs, and like Jupiter is the ups and Saturn's the downs, so it kind of fits in nice. What's going on here for you, Pisces? I feel as though you're making an emotional decision about something. It's a decision that's going to lead you to wait. So you're definitely waiting for a practical solution. It makes me feel like these decisions might be to do with work or something like that, with some long-term commitment that you're planning. You're waiting for the right time to start something. You have your mind set to something. And I feel like there's also defiance here, where you might be the Knight of Pentacles in some way, standing up against something you don't like in your life and sort of going your own direction. The King of Swords can mean control. And so from a bird's eye view, I could feel like you were in a somewhat controlling environment close to home. This could be where you live, although third house is not typically your house, but let's just go with it. So it could be where you live, or it could be your job, or someone around you is expressing unreasonable demands on you at this time, and you just sort of put the brakes on it. You make a last judgment, right? Final judgment on a situation. And so what does that judgment entail? That judgment entails going out on your own and doing your own thing more. The other thing that I get from this is that many of you may make that decision privately, although you may continue things for a time externally in this situation so that you can get your feet grounded in another direction before you go. So you may begin working on some other projects, some other decisions, some new direction, but you may not tell right away that's what you're up to or that's where you're going. Okay, so now let's take a look at singles right here in the center of the reading. Let's see what's going on. And of course, we're going to take a look deeper with members. So singles, we have Saturn in Libra. Now, I want to be transparent. I sort of egged this card on before I started doing all of the readings because I've rethought this card through. This used to be like my ultimate heartbreak card, and then now I've just sort of downgraded it to some kind of disappointment. So I think like something that you expected to go a certain way did not go the way that you wanted, and you're going in a different direction. We have the Nine of Cups, which is fulfillment of wishes. Jupiter in Pisces, right? So we're waiting till December for that. And then we have Sun in Virgo. That's what we have right here, the same card. Something at work. Someone is bringing very good energy towards you. This King of Wands, I feel as though you've been conservative. And I don't mean politically speaking. I feel like you've held back. You haven't necessarily like put yourself out there. You've been very careful with things. The Four of Pentacles. And I think it has to do with an ending in your life in the past. And there's someone around you who's kind of giving you attention or paying attention to you at this time in a favorable light. They may be a fire sign, a Sag, Leo, or Aries, but not necessarily so. What I get from this person is that they like you. They like watching you, not in a weird way. They just like your energy. They like your personality. They're admiring you. And I think they know that you're sort of unavailable. And it's not like necessarily that you're like, they don't know whether you're single or taken, but they pick up on the fact that you're just not open to things. And so I think that they're giving you your time to think about things, to figure it out. I don't feel a lot of pressure from this person towards you. I think that they see in you a lot of inspiration, the High Priestess. Men love the High Priestess, but the thing about the High Priestess is that she's sort of like the untouchable woman, you know, like she's like the relic that you dare not mess with, you know. So they like it's, they prize her as higher than everybody else, but then there's this level of like, I can't mess this up, so I'm just not gonna mess with it. But I think it's a temporary thing. I feel like the thing I feel about this is this King of Wands, whoever this person is, there's like a really sincere desire emanating from them. Like when men like women, and sorry if this is a different like order of genders or dynamics, just adjust it to your situation. But like when men like women, they get sort of dumb, right? Like when they really like a woman, they sort of get dumb, and they'll just like they'll just be, when a man likes a woman, they just like a woman. And so it takes a lot to stop certain men. And again, I'm not talking about some evil stalking situation or something like that. It's just normal attraction, right? And so I feel as though this could be around work. There's a lot of positive energy being directed towards you in that space. I think that like whoever is being spectated, whoever's being watched, and again, I don't mean in a like a pervy way, I mean like in a normal human way. They have the space to heal whatever's been going on, to get like let their guard down, to feel more comfortable. I don't think anybody's rushing anything here. I think people are happy, and the timeline could easily be December. So yeah, you don't have any rush here. This, you know, there's this saying that like when men really like women, they make them their friends, and it's like those kinds of things take time, and so that's, you know, that the type of situation, like you're not in a situation where something's required out of you, or attention or performative stuff. Like this person is just showing you affection. Then we have Moon in Taurus, the Six of Pentacles, generosity. There's like building trust between these two people. Then we have the Sun. I think this is going to go in a very good direction for you, Pisces, whatever it is. And then we have the Chariot, overcoming the death, right? This is the Cancer energy. So we could be talking about a Cancer or a Scorpio, but it looks like you're getting room to breathe and to deal with stuff and overcome it, and like trust is being built each time you have an interaction with this person, and things are getting better. So congratulations. The Sun and the Chariot just guarantee that there's going to be an overcoming here and a positive direction. We're going to take a look at your love life for members. The capital L, the 8th house, love life kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so couples, let's see if there's messages for you and your partner. I really like this energy. I'm actually feeling your whole reading. I think even this part, this really makes me feel of like a Pisces that's dug in their heels and sort of like this is BS, and just calling crap out for what it is, and turning their back on something that they realize that they've been too nice, essentially too nice to someone has a big ego, and like you finally come to terms with the fact that you're dealing with some person with a big ego. Okay, so let's see the next message. So we have the Magician next, and so this is for couples. Somebody's working hard towards becoming something, like merit-wise. Somebody's really trying to build up themselves and be a better person. Then we have the Two of Wands. There's so much ambition here in this reading. There's so much this like provider energy, like somebody really wants to work hard for the other person. Maybe buy a house because it's the 4th house. Then we have the 9 of Swords, which is Mars in Gemini. In the modern sense, this is Venus in Gemini. So that's interesting, right? Mars and Venus, either way, it's kind of worry, anxiety. I think that the Queen of Pentacles is getting worried, which is you. And I got this feeling like you're at peace with what's happening, but there's a but. And it's like, and so you're wondering whether or not a situation will work out. It will work out, but there's like a little bit of anxiety. We have the King of Pentacles. So your partner is working really hard to be financially successful. They're putting a lot behind wanting to be like a good stand-up person to offer you a lot. But I think it's taking a toll on you a little bit, Pisces. We have Justice, which is Libra. And then we have the Five of Cups. Well, I think you're going to start looking towards the situation more instead of turning away and really getting nervous about it. I think you're in a situation with someone who works a lot, who's in a very demanding job, or something about their life requires them to be far away. But I do feel like this far awayness that you're experiencing with them, it's like it's all for you anyway. It's all for the relationship. And so I think that they're going to give you some kind of a gesture, the Justice, to try to mend things over. And I think it's going to make things better. But I think a lot of this is like you settling in to your emotions, which is the Queen of Cups, which are really strong about this situation. Maybe you are the type of person that requires a lot of attention, so it's not necessarily that you feel like something bad is going on. I feel it's more like you require a lot of attention and this person is not available, and that's just a hard thing to get used to. But other than that, I see like a really good connection, like they're really trying to be a good person and a provider and to offer you some type of, not compensation, but like some level the situation between you and them. And they're definitely concerned about like your emotions. I think that they don't want you to be so sad. They don't want you to be so hurt. And if you want to stay in this relationship, I think it's very clear that like working on your expectations and trying to learn to be okay with this lifestyle that you're in with your partner will really help. So, okay, so we're going to do your love life too for members. Everybody else, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun with me today. And I do these at random just to remind you. So it's not preference why you're in this later group. It just happened that way. But anyway, it's your half birthday, 6 months until your birthday. Hey girl, hey. So happy half birthday, Pisces. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Thank you so much. Bye.